Hey folks, welcome back. Well, we're going to continue on with this Isuzu Pickup with the CV axle replacement. The first video, tried my best to show what we did to get it to this point, because it was a little challenging to get it apart. But anyways, putting this back together, we've got the new ones here. This is going to be the driver's side. We'll go through that here later. We've got this one here for the passenger side. So what we're going to have to do is we've got two snap rings that go in here. They go around. There's a bearing that rides right here. So the first snap ring goes on, the seal goes on first. We'll talk about all that later, and then the bearing, and then that's what it rides in here. The bearing gets pressed in and bolted in, with this plate, which bolts right to the axle differential housing, whatever you want to call it. So that's how it comes out. That whole plate and everything has to come off. Before, I couldn't get the plate out of here because it kept hitting up here in the frame. And so therefore we loosened the other side, got this whole axle housing drop, which is why it's being supported the way it is. So the plan is now is to go ahead and get this side put together and bolted up with those 4 bolts there, all put together. And then that will allow that, to be able to rest on here or do some, I don't know exactly. We're just going to get that side put together. We're not going to mount the plate up here like this because we had to take it loose. You can see where, let's see, where is that? There it is. One bolt there, another bolt that came out of there, because this right here is what actually mounts the differential and axle housing to the frame of the pickup. So, but yeah, we're gonna get this put back together, and I'll bring you along. I'm gonna put the camera kind of in a, because what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to put this plate kind of up in here because it will not come out unless the axle was out. And then gonna have to stick the axle through, put the seal on, put the first snap ring, bearing, the next snap ring, and then we'll be able to bolt it up. So I'm trying my best to do what I can with showing that, but no promises. Well, I don't know how well this is going to show up. We'll try it. Okay, so I got that plate in here. I know one thing I'm going to have to do is, we're going to have to raise this axle up so that we can match the hole, get it up, in here and stuff like that. So, that way, right now you can't see it, but it's lined up with, maybe you can kind of see it. But anyways, we're going to slide the CV axle in here, put the seal on, snap ring, bearing, and snap ring. Well, I was not able to get, my hands kept being in the way. It's a little bit of a fight to get that, but now we've got it all put in there. So snap ring all seated and everything like that. So now we just need to, guide this thing and work it in to the axle housing and then run those 4 bolts in. All right, and just like that. So now, obviously we would lift the axle up. This is the hole that this back one mounts to, but we're not going to do that yet because we're going to just do the other side. One thing to do though is just make sure that, things turn good and smooth. Right now I got the other hub locked in, so that's why I'm not able to turn it, but you can see that it's turning everything seems to be fine. Okay, so now the plan is we got to get this thing all taken apart, you know, with the steering knuckle and everything is as far as we've got this side to do. I'm going to leave all this apart for right now. You know, the axle, if we have to rest it down, you know, that CV axle part right here can just rest right there if we need to. If not, I'll get another one of these and we'll see how, you know, because we've got to get this plate off, unbolted here, and see if we can get it to go, you know, back just far enough to get your snap ring pliers in there to get those snap rings off. And then we're gonna be sliding out a whole freaking axle like that, so it's pretty long. So anyways, I'm gonna get all this tore apart, and I did do a little bit of that when we talked about in the first video on what to take apart as far as you know, these hubs and everything like that. So check that one out if you're needing to know that information. So keep on going. Okay, so this is all out. This is all the farther I could get it to come, just like that. But that's barely enough room to get things in there and get the snap rings out and whatnot. The problem you really have is the steering, all this steering tie rods and stuff. Right now I think I have the thing, yeah, I have the thing fully turned to the right. I did end up taking this off for this one just because it needed the room. I must have had the wheels turned just right on the other side to enable this to be able to come out, which I think was to the right then, and then I moved it at some point. I don't know. It's I wish I could remember everything. This is quite the project because of the design of it. It's just it's this particular part right here that's really, you know, it does not have to be this complicated in order to get. I probably could have gotten a little bit more space with this bumper, but the main thing it's hitting on, if that could go, if this could allow this to go down and then take this bumper off, which I thought was no point because I can't get it down here, and I just don't want to take all that stuff off of there, and it just was a lot more complicated, so I just managed to make it work. But it sucks, it really does, and it's just not that much fun. So anyways, pretty much now it's just a matter of, you know, what we got to do is now we got the longer axle, you know, I'm gonna have to just come in here with my axle, and I'm gonna have to start the axle into here, and then with my other hand I'm gonna have to reach underneath here like this with the snap ring, or no, excuse me, with the bearing, or no, gosh dang, my mind is just totally flat. Scratch that. All right, come in here with the axle. We're gonna have to go in through here, and then I'm gonna have to come in here with this hand, and I'm gonna have to put the seal on. I can't even see where I'm at. You know, I'm gonna have to put the seal on, then I'm gonna have to reach over here, grab snap ring, go on with the snap ring. Now it's just going to be able to slide down the shaft because it's narrower than it is here where it goes into the grooves, but the snap rings will slide all the way down. Once that snap ring goes on, then I reach over here, grab the bearing, slip the bearing on the shaft, push it just a smidge farther, and then grab the last snap ring, go up in here and stick it on, and then insert the axle through into the housing, all the while I'm pushing to make sure that the snap ring and none of that, because that hole is big enough for the snap ring to go all the way in there with it. So you want to watch that, and then, you know, slide the axle, you know, get it meshed in with the teeth or close to it or whatever you're gonna by that. Now it's not gonna mesh with the teeth, but get the axle all the way up to this point right here. You know, it's gonna move around, and it's just gonna be like this side. I had to fight with it to get it, and it's a pain in the ass, and it's just not that much fun. All right, well, I could not film any of it, and a lot of it was just me fighting with it, and everything like that. Be nice if I had someone that could have operated the camera, that could have paused while I fought with it, and but basically how I kind of showed you, that's exactly how I did it with on this side. We still got to find another bolt to bolt onto that, but we got these all tight and snugged up, and so now it's just a matter of lining the axle up so that we can get this bolt up through, and then the one that goes on this side and get it up, and then once we get that up in place, then we just put everything back together, and that's how I did this job. I don't know what the other way to do it is or anything like that. So I really hope this helped you out with something, but sorry if it didn't. It was just the best I could do with what I had to work with this particular time around. So I guess thanks for watching.